What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today we're going to talk about Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, a second look. I decided with Transformers 1 coming to Paramount Plus that it was time to just go ahead and knock out the Transformers franchise, and that way I could just be done with it. I already have an existing review for Rise of the Machines. Uh, that was the Dino one from not that long ago. Um, or what was it? What Rise of the Beasts, or what was the name of that movie? Uh, that one. I did that one. That one's already up on my channel. So I'm going back through these. Um, I own 1 through 3 on Blu-ray. That's what I will attest to. After Shia leaves the franchise, I became less interested in it. So, um, I this is the last Megan Fox adventure into the Transformers universe. So it's sad, but she doesn't know it at the time. But she's about to. What happened to her? She didn't get the money that she thought she was gonna. I can't even remember what her thing. What her thing was. Why she didn't come back for the third film and why they replaced her. So then her and Michael Bay made up, and she got in the Ninja Turtles franchise. So it was a whole big thing. But yep, we have Optimus and the Transformers are back, and there's another convoluted plot that involves them needing humans to be around. And it's basically the same humans from the original film. So you've got Shia LaBeouf, who has no really discernible set of skills, but unfortunately he has some visions in his head that seem to be really important with decoding that people need him to decode. This is where he's got this like hot girlfriend that turns out to be a transformer. It's sort of like this android thing, which was odd and creepy at the same time. When I saw it in theaters, I was like, okay, well, that's a choice. Isabel Lucas, I believe was her name, that played that character. They kind of lost the nerds though. The nerds disappeared. All the nerds from Transformers 1 vanished. We did keep up with the soldiers. Josh Duhamel, Tyrese Gibson are back for this. John Turturro finds his way back into the franchise. Sam's parents are still in here, so they're around. We got Megan Fox, and Shia picks up a new character, a new friend, in the form of Ramon Rodriguez. Yes, bet you heard that name before. Uh, think my how far we've come. So, yeah, he picks up a new friend, Will Trent, uh, and he goes along on the adventure with them. So, yeah, he's in college, enjoying his first semester in college, and then he just starts tapping in. This is also where we introduce like the tiny little Transformers that are like uh, oddly offensive for some reason. Like, why are you here? It still has all the Michael Bayisms in terms of direction, in terms of style and flair and the score. Transformers films actually have really good scores, by the way. I actually think I enjoy listening to just the score when they swell sort of in the action sequences and stuff like that. I think it's very effective. Um, I don't know that I need everybody in this franchise. Uh, and since they decided to write sort of a weird dynamic between Shia and Megan, it's like I guess we're kind of like pushing Megan out of the franchise. But I think Shia, now that I've seen the whole franchise, when we swap Shia from Mark, it doesn't really work for me. That part of the franchise kind of lost me, and I think the films kept getting worse. Like every Transformers film until Bumblebee gets progressively worse. Just like the franchise keeps getting down, keeps going down and down and down and down. So, what started out as not even a perfect first film, but a totally watchable and enjoyable Transformers adaptation, had multiple sequels, just slowly killing the franchise, um, and making worse choices as we progressed, and trying to maintain what it originally was introduced as an insane amount of characters in the first film, uh, and eventually then just deciding to completely change casts. And then it completely just hard booted with Bumblebee, which ended up being the best Transformers movie. Um, and then I've heard good things about Transformers 1, so we'll see. But I think Bumblebee is probably the best Transformers movie uh, that actually exists. So, Revenge of the Fallen, uh, again, it's not as good as the first. I think what's really interesting is when I was going through this just to kind of see who all I totally forgot it was Ramon Rodriguez. When I was going through the roles and seeing like, well, who made it, who kept in, who they keep for the film, and who I was trying to, who's playing the best friend, the new best friend for Shia LaBeouf, and I was like, oh my god, is that really Ramon Rodriguez? Uh, I noticed that IMDb and Metacritic are hugely divided here, which is unusual because IMDb loves to drag films. They're not huge Michael Bay fans or Megan Fox fans. I don't know why this one, but this one has like is above a 6, which is pretty like that's decent for IMDb. I would say that's really pretty average. If you are ever like, how does IMDb feel about a film, and you see it in the 6 range, that's good. That's good, not great. Good. It is a good movie if it's in the 6 to 7 range, because really that nothing is a 9 to 10. So it's not on a scale of 1 to 10, it's on a scale of 1 to 9. So if you think of being like 8 to 9 as being excellent, the best there ever was, if you get above 8, basically, 7 to 8 is, you know, a, like pretty good, uh, not quite perfect, but pretty good, like the second tier films. And then this is like the third tier of a much lower tier. So yeah, it's really higher than I thought. I was expecting it to be in the 5s, but somehow it stayed in the 6s. And I guess more people do feel about it the way that I do, which is it's not as bad as I think I've heard. And that's how I've seen it now a couple of times. This is probably my 4th time seeing it. So I'm not like, it's not like I love this film, but I was able to kind of like zone out every once in a while and still like looked back up and I was like, yeah, I remember where we are in this film. So a lot of fighting in the desert, and those two little robots are annoying. Just awful introductions to the franchise. um, yeah, it's anyway. Uh, it's got ideas that not all of them work, and we probably I kind of wonder if we had just stuck with Shia and had followed him and his adventures with and not really worried so much about everybody else. Maybe occasionally he goes back home and sees his parents, and they're like cameos at this point. Um, what would that have looked like instead of trying to balance all these other stories? Because these giant robots shouldn't need humans that much. But if Sam has this unique connection to them, then that's one human. We don't need more than that. Bumblebee really just has Haley Steinfeld. He doesn't need like a team of humans, you know? So I will give Transformers Revenge of the Fallen a B minus. I think I gave the first one a B plus. So it's not a franchise I love, but I can kind of enjoy this, and it's going to precipitously drop with each film. So get ready, because the dark days are ahead. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys on the other side.